Hello, thanks for joining me again. You know, in the book of Revelation, we have a little bit of a different idea of what the bride of Christ is. We know that by the teaching of the apostles that the church, the followers of Jesus Christ, are the bride of Christ. But let's just remind ourselves now that we're talking about a whole nother point of view. It's not building the theology of Christ being married to the church, but actually in the visions that John receives, the new Jerusalem in heaven comes down over the earth as the expression of the bride of Christ. It shifts from the understanding of the church because, again, this is a vision of the last days. But as you picture all of that, you realize that there is a Jerusalem in heaven right now. There is a temple in heaven, the very temple of God. And so John gets a vision of what's going on in that temple. In chapter 15, verse 5, after these things I looked, and the temple of the Tabernacle of testimony in heaven was opened, and the seven angels who had the seven plagues came out of the temple, clothed in linen, clean and bright, and their chests wrapped with golden sashes. As we see these angels, they're coming out of the temple that is in heaven, and they have golden sashes, which is letting us know that they're dressed as priests. They're priests unto God that are fulfilling His purpose, but now they are carrying the judgment of the Lord. Priests are carrying judgment. This is a whole nother picture and concept. God, even throughout the Old Testament, had the priests be demonstrated as even needing to offer a sacrifice for their own sins, as well as for the sins of the nation. We also realize that the means and the ministry of the priests, all of that worked towards helping people to find forgiveness and salvation. But again, I want to remind everybody, during the tribulation period, it's a picture of God that we're not used to. And it's a picture of judgment, that God is wrapping up the rebellion of Satan and a third of the angels that had fallen against the Lord, the rebellion of the Antichrist, the rebellion even of the false prophet, and the rebellion of the nation of mankind, who are willing to give worship to the beast and to receive his mark as an expression of worship to maintain their convenience. So as we're looking at this passage right here, we realize that just before we have this glimpse of the New Jerusalem coming down with the temple of the Lord, that'll be the seat of Jesus, and that the city won't need any light because the Lamb of God in the temple will be the light of the New Jerusalem. That before that happens, these angels come out of the temple, and it's like there's only one thing going on during this time. No one's coming in to find, that place to bring their offering, to find forgiveness or salvation. No, once the angels leave, no one else is allowed in. It shows a cutting off of redemption and forgiveness. And now is a time for judgments to be poured out upon the earth. So that's just a little glimpse of heaven that the Lord felt was important to reveal to John, that that time of come and find forgiveness is over. The time is done now, and judgments are being poured out.